Hi guys, welcome to the April Paint With Me box. I am so excited to paint with you today. Let's go over what you have in your box. So, you've got a 9x12 stretched canvas, and you've got 7 paints. We're going to go over the colors. We've got green, aquamarine, cool blue, purple iris, peachy pink, and a sunny day. And those are our colors. I added white in a little further into the video, so you also have a little tub of white. We've got 2 brushes, a flat brush as well as a round brush. And then you've got 3 sets of Q-tips, 2 with 3 and 1 with 2. We're going to use those for our flowers later. I'm so excited to share this little technique for you guys. Now, if you signed up for the PayPal 3-month, you got an extra pack of brushes as well as a 6-well palette. Now, also remember, guys, this video is sped up. It takes about 50 minutes to paint in real time. So please, remember that you can pause this to paint along with it or watch it and then go for it yourself, however you feel comfortable with it. This is whether you are new or whether you painted before, we can do this together. Okay, so we're going to do the flat brush to do our background. We're also going to be adding a sun, so we're going to kind of find a spot where we want our sun to be, and then we're going to do our blue in the background first. Okay, so we just kind of crisscross to get into the little edges of the canvas. We also paint on the edges. And once you get the paint in there, you can go back and, fix the direction of where you want your paint to look like so it doesn't look as messy. So take your time. Because this is very speedy. So feel free to pause. Add a little bit of the aquamarine here too. Okay, so we let it dry for a couple minutes so it didn't get too green and still kind of got green. We're adding yellow for the sun here. We're kind of going in a swirl pattern. Kind of makes me think of Starry Night. Here's where we started adding some white in there. I originally wasn't going to have white, but it needed it. Don't think too hard about this. I definitely started thinking a little too hard about the sun and trying to overcorrect myself. And we'll fix it again later. So, yeah. So what we're also going to do is we're going to turn our canvas. Now, if you don't have an easel, you don't really need to turn your canvas because your bottom's going to be facing you. And this is just makes it a little easier to paint the green and allows you to not think too hard about it. So first we're going to start off by putting green down at the base to kind of meet the sky. Then we're going to use the round brush or the fan brush and just do streaks and blades of grass. Don't think too hard about it. And we're going to be doing layers. So I've got the green, I've got the aquamarine, and I even end up adding a touch of white in different areas to create different colors of blades of grass and flower stems and all of that. And it really is just a lot of layers. You could probably even use the yellow with some of the green to make it more of a yellow green. I didn't think of that when I was painting. So again, remember, you can pause this and do your grass and then come back to do your flowers. And then we're gonna flip it over here the opposite way again and then fix the ends of the grass. Anything that may not look the paint wasn't very thick on, is where I went back and touched it up and added some more colors. See all those layers of the different colors in there? And we're going to go back and fix the sun. I felt like it was too green, so I added some blue and some white. And then you'll add white and yellow back in the middle again to bring it back out. Don't think too hard about it. I was definitely thinking too hard. I was telling myself to stop. Okay, so let's talk about the tracer page. So you've got a tracer page that has 2 phrases, a butterfly and a bee. So here's where you want to think about where you want them to go. I'm planning on putting a butterfly up in the blue sky there. I'm going to hand paint mine, but you got the tracer page in good carbon paper where you can put it on the actual canvas and then use that to paint it in. So we kind of want to think about where we want to put that before we start painting the flowers. So if you want the phrase down on the bottom, you want to kind of know where you want the flowers to be so you're not getting where it's hard to read it. Alright, so we're going to start with our Q-tips. We got the 3, and then like I said, we got that little chew one too. Okay, so I'm going to start with the yellow, and I'm just going to dab my 3 Q-tip into the color a little bit, and pick a spot, and just touch the canvas with it, and then right underneath it, touch it again, and it's kind of going to make what would be like, look like a piece of lavender, but colored. Just thinking whimsy wildflowers, like if you were in a wildflower meadow. Don't think too hard about where you're putting them unless you're putting words or something somewhere. Now we're going to do pink. I figured out tapping it on either the palette or the paper plate kind of helps it not be so bubbly. And now we're doing purple. Okay, so I decided with the 2-1 I wanted to try doing little 4-petal wildflowers down on the bottom. I thought they turned out cute. And then here I tried adding a little yellow to it with the white to see how it changed it. Alright, so now I'm going back in and adding more flowers. You can play around with the colors. If you add some of the white to it, it'll kind of look like highlights. The pink and the purple looked really neat together. You don't have to do just the straight colors. It's not going to hurt anything. If you get a little paint in one of the other colors, it's not a big deal. You can go over, and you can see where I touched up some of the flowers too. Oh, and I added some aquamarine, some blue flowers too. This is where I added some more white, and then with that white I started adding extra colors into it. Alright, so I'm done with the flowers. So now we're gonna add the butterfly in. Now, like I said, with the tracer page, you would just trace the butterfly on there. I'm going to hand draw just a quick little butterfly here and paint it in. I decided to do yellow and pink. And I did green for his body to show up against the blue. And then it's got purple antennas. And then I went over the yellow and pink again to brighten it up. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed painting with me today.